Hi, Nadia. Accept. Here we go. Hi, Nadia. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Nadia.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, this seems to be every time I've done a live with someone abroad, even an Americans, the time we seem to get the time wrong. And when I've said GMT, I'm sorry, I should have just made it a bit more clear. But
No,
but yeah, we normally do them around between 3 and 4 o'clock. But we've got you now.
Thank you so much.
Because I was talking to myself.
Yeah, I was like comfortably walking around, and like, okay, I still have like 40 minutes, let's do this and let's do that. I double checked on Google, but I think they didn't count the change of time for summer. So yeah, I double checked yesterday. It's like, okay, if it's like 3 p.m. GMT, what is it, CET? And it's like 5 p.m. I was like, okay, like great. And I double checked again this morning. I was like, for sure, 3 p.m. is 5. They're like, yes, it's 5. So sorry.
Because Nadia, are you in Belgium?
I'm in Rotterdam, in Netherlands.
Oh, you're in Rotterdam. So what time is it there now?
It's 4.
So yeah,
it's 17 minutes
so we're
past 4.
An hour behind. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm really sorry.
No, God, don't worry. It doesn't matter. We're here now, and hopefully everyone will come back.
Yeah, sorry. No, they will.
Yeah, of course. And I love your build-up. How you've been posting all the like little gems and the crowns. I'm like, oh, you can't take yourselves too seriously, can you? I don't think. I've been so desperate to chat to you since I started to follow you when I met you back at Palma at Fiera, when you were going around doing your little interviews, because I don't think in the jewelry community there's many people that are really doing that, and I think a lot of people in our community are a bit camera shy, and a lot of that I think maybe is to do with security and things like that as well. So I do get that, but I do feel that a lot of the people that are interested in watching us and looking at our lives, they're a good bunch, and I think it's really good to share and highlight each other, and like I said yesterday on a video, lift each other up. So and my passion is antique jewelry, and so anybody else who's in that world as well, I'm always keen to chat to them and find out their backstory of how they got into the business. But tell us about your story. How did your career start, Nadia? Have you always been a fanatic about antiques? Tell us.
Yeah, so maybe to start from the beginning. I always loved old things, and I spent a lot of time with my granny when I was a child, and she was like really passionate about her family, like the furniture from her great grandmother and the pillows which her granny used to, like beautiful embroidery, and she was like really, trying to give me this feeling, of beauty of these things and the efforts which went. And she would explain me how many hours, her grandmother was making this pillow, and how they were hunting for this like special threads and everything. Fast forward till I was like 17. As some of you may know, some of you may not, but you can tell it from my name. I'm Russian, so I'm originally coming from Russia. And I was born in Moscow in 1984, so it's Soviet times. There was like absolutely nothing there, horrible. And basically, when you reach your teens, you don't really have a lot of professional choice. So if you want to be able to sustain yourself, you basically have to go either to science, but like on the business side, or to economics. So I had no option to become, for example, a musician or a painter or a seamstress, So these professions were like considered doomed, and basically, like my generation, you will not see a single person who initially started in arts.
No.
In any shape or form. Jewelry business was always like a woo-woo, thing. I think also here in the Netherlands, I see it as like extremely closed, generational, like family. It's a family business, so it's not like out of sudden I'm in my 17, like, oh, why not I go and sell some antique jewelry? But so basically it was never an option. So till my mid 30s, I was working in corporate, in investment banking, and then I switched
Really?
yeah, really. I used to sell derivatives till 2008, very successfully.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, after 2008, it all was doom and gloom, and that's actually when I left Moscow because, yeah, investment business was taking a hit, and I thought, okay, let's go to Netherlands and like smoke some weed, take a year off, because when I was studying in a university in Moscow, I had to work as well to sustain myself, so I didn't really had a student life, and I was still young. I was like 23, 24, I think, when I came here. So I thought, yeah, perfect. Now I'm going to have my year, now I'm going to be like real student. Yeah, so I took my bonus. I was working in Citigroup.
Oh, Citigroup, yes.
Yeah, I was working Citigroup, working a lot like with London counterparts and New York office.
Wow,
Anyway,
so international travel, Nadia. You traveled a lot.
not when I was in Moscow, but when I started working here in Netherlands, yes,
Yeah.
I was definitely traveling a lot. Yeah, so basically I graduated here in Rotterdam School of Business with my second master's in finance.
Oh my God, you're a clever girl.
Yeah, I have like 2 masters, and now I'm studying to be a gemologist.
Wow.
So I'm addicted to reading books.
Well, that knowledge, isn't it? That's what they say. I mean, that's how you learn, by reading and reading.
Yeah. And yeah, so like I was working here very successfully, traveling a lot. I switched from like hardcore selling of whatever, like derivatives or bonds or shares trading, from trading to project management. And then when I was retiring at the age of 38, I was a program manager for cloud migrations. So I had a big teams which I was running, like 120 people was my last program.
Wow.
You can see it all. You can just Google me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
If you look on LinkedIn, it says everything.
But
so coming back to antiques, because it has nothing to do with antiques.
Yeah, I'm wondering where this story's going.
When I was 32 and my daughter was 1 year old, my first child, I got in a traffic accident and I broke my neck up here. So I broke like the first, I know, it's like super disgusting. The first and the second, how do you call it in English? The thing with, yeah, this one.
Yeah.
So like completely fucked up. That's why you see like I have this scars.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So it was facial.
No, it was not. But because it was so high up, they didn't want to operate, because if you touch it, it's too high up.
Yeah.
If you fuck it up, like everything is completely fucked up. So
yeah.
They installed the external like thing which was holding my head afloat, basically. So they drill your skull in
oh,
4
I see.
places.
Hold your skull in place. Oh my God. Oh,
yeah.
Oh God, you were like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was such a shit show. And
God, Nadia. So you had to. So did you have to lie still, or could you walk around?
You can walk around, but and you have like basically like poles going from your. There's like it's called hollow. It's like so funny. So it's basically a metal hollow, and then it like this 4 sticks go like this, and they connect to the vest. And you cannot do anything, right? So it's completely fixed, and basically your head just floats, on top of your shoulders. But you can still walk. You cannot bend. You cannot carry anything heavy, but you can go. Of course, you cannot go too far. But
yeah. Oh my God.
So you have to wear it for like 3 months, and of course, I was like depressed as hell.
Yeah.
So what I did, because it was not my fault but the fault of some kind of a transport company, they were paying me off, so I can will zip and will not go to the court. So I decided to spend the money, of course, as every girl who is depressed at home.
Yeah.
I thought, let's spend some money, and of course I bought some nice earrings and some nice ring.
So
and
started your jewelry obsession.
Yeah, that was it was like a very beginning. And then like 10K later, I woke up and I like, I live in the Netherlands. Here, it's not Russia, it's not United States. You cannot really come, as a Christmas tree all shiny in the office, because it's not, it is not really accepted.
No.
You can maybe wear them once or twice a year, but you do not do that. And I was like, how am I gonna wear it? When am I gonna wear it? You know, and I was in complete panic. And I thought, okay, I have to sell them. I have to sell them. And I didn't know, I had no idea how I will sell them, but I was intended to sell them. And I started reading like how I can sell jewelry, you know, if I'm just a private. And I saw some people were talking in a blog, you know, about Etsy, and I was like, okay, whatever, I will just open this Etsy shop and I'll
Yeah.
just put everything I have there, and you know, just sell it. And I put the price exactly the same price I bought it for, no margin, no nothing. I just wanted my money back. I was like in complete shock. And I think it took like 2 weeks, and I sold everything, and it was so fast. And I was like, you know, like, wait a second, you know. Then I bought more, and I sold them like a little bit more expensive than what I bought. I was like, oh, that's working.
Yeah, so you found, yeah, just by default, almost from this accident,
Yeah.
and then, yeah.
And that's basically how it all started. But till very recent, till 2 years ago, I still had my corporate job, and it was just a hobby. So I was not, you know, like if I had some time, I would do something for the shop. If I didn't, then I will not. And I have 3 children and a full-time job, which was like very demanding at the time, and a house, and you know, and everything, and like my life. So it was really a minimal effort. And now, like last 2 years, I quit my day job after Corona. I thought, you know, like, this is this is not nice. I'm too old for that. Yeah, so now I'm a dealer full time. So because it is not my background, yeah, I'm just doing what I feel, you know, I should do. And you know, because I already established as yeah, as a grown up, you know, I have my family, I have my car, I have my house. I don't want a bigger house, I don't want a bigger car. You know, for me, it's not that important, you know, to earn like XYZ amount, you know, so I can slack here, slack there, but I also feel free, you know, in how I express myself.
Well,
And like,
that is the beauty about this business, isn't it?
yeah,
You are, I mean, for me, I live it. You know, I don't know if that's sad or not, but you know, I feel I have to be successful at it. If I didn't, you know, if I was restricted to small hours, forget it. It doesn't work. You know, you and especially since Instagram, you know, you have to be able to
yeah,
talk to people at any hour really, or time of day. I mean, you know, of course, like last week I had a holiday and I just sort of said to people, I'm not going to be quick to answer, but I still answer because I care. That's the thing. I genuinely care, you know, about people. If they've taken the time to follow me and look at my account and ask me a question, I want to, you know, be respectful and respond to them. But so you've given us your backstory. I mean, what an incredible career. I mean, you sound like, you know, you're highly articulate, and you speak several languages, Nadia, is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that is, yeah,
I mean, that is, I'm just in awe of that, because I'm lazy being English. I studied French at school, and I did try and learn Italian, and I did pick it up a bit when I was working there. But I find, unless, for me anyway, you're in the country all the time and you're absorbing it, you learn it almost without knowing it. But of course, then when you drop it and you're not using it, I forget. That's the problem. But and do you, I bet you find that really helps you. I mean, what when you're in the Netherlands, I guess um you've, oh, I can't think of
you
the
have to speak
Dutch.
Dutch. No.
Yeah.
So I think that Netherlands is the only country in Europe where you don't really have to speak Dutch. And when people hear me speaking Dutch, they immediately switch to English, because, you know, it's like there is a horrible accent and I don't use the words right. But of course, because I'm technically I'm now Dutch. So I had to pass a language exam. So my knowledge is somewhere between like B1, B2, you know. So if I'm really in a life-threatening situation, I can I can speak Dutch.
Oh,
But I do understand like maybe like 80% of it. And my kids, of course, they were born here, so it's their primary language.
oh,
Um,
so that's they're absolutely bilingual. So because I had a little look on your lovely website, and you've got a beautiful website, lovely photography, and I was particularly interested and I saw the category with the museum pieces.
yeah.
And I saw you had some beautiful Portuguese earrings. Have you got anything that you can show us now and tell us about that you've currently got for sale, or maybe your own pieces? Can you share?
Yeah, I got something very special, and I
Ooh!
didn't know. Oh,
This
I
is what we
didn't.
want. We want to talk about the jewelry.
Yay!
Yeah, we want to see the jewels. That's what everybody's here for. It's
Yeah,
all
let's talk
about the
about the jewels.
jewels.
Let's talk about the jewels. So I have something like very special. It's the Venetian necklace from Venice, and it's like super long. So let me. And I never knew a story, or I never knew that they existed before I saw them. I got it in Parma actually, and I was so lazy, and I was like still, I was still thinking maybe I should keep it. So I was really taking my time to post it. I think I only posted it Friday.
Oh,
On
okay.
the
Oh, so
website.
this is
Yeah, so it's
almost like a preview then for
like
everyone.
almost.
Yeah.
So I think I do have a reel on my page somehow, somewhere. I think it's the last one from Parma, where one of the sellers explains about this necklace. So this is a necklace in 22 karat gold.
Wow. So it's high carat. It's very high
Yeah,
carat, guys.
very high karat gold. So it's like almost pure gold. It's a 6-strand chain. Made from extremely tiny links.
Yeah.
Each link is about 1 millimeter.
Wow. So that's, I mean, to make that chain, that's like highly skilled craftsmanship going on there, isn't there?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that is the whole story about this necklace.
Okay, let's.
Yeah, so this necklace is called Manin necklace. So Manin, it was one of the very wealthy families in Venice.
Yeah.
And the story goes that these necklaces, they were basically used within a family as an investment, because you can make them as long as you want, and you can add as many strands if you want, and it has a very simple look here and a hoop, you see. So on
Oh,
this hoop,
wow. Yeah.
yeah, so on this hoop you can add maybe 10 strands, maybe 20 strands, like how many you want. So basically it was something like a currency as well, because you could take one strand and give it, for example, to one child, and take another strand and give it to another child. So it is a piece of jewelry, but it's also like a family fortune preserved.
Wow.
So the story says that only the wealthy families could afford to make these money chains, and that they were also used as a dowry. If your daughter is getting married, for example, you will give it to her as part of her future family wealth.
So how long is it, Nadia? Can you hold it
This
up?
one is 86 centimeters.
Yeah.
And you can wrap it 3 times around your neck. Just
Wow.
wait a second. I will try to show it to you.
Yeah. Maybe you can model it.
Yeah.
So obviously it's worth far more than gold, but it will come to a lot of money in gold, because being 20 carat.
2 times. Yeah. But another story which the sellers in Parma told me is that maybe that's not from the Manin family. Maybe it's from the word manini, which means a baby.
Oh.
Because the links are so tiny that if it's a manual labor,
Yeah.
there is no way the fingers of adults could put this link together. So probably it was done.
It looks beautiful I'm struggling to see, because on my screen of you, I've got all people. I can see everybody following, so that's why I always have it. It sort of blocks a bit. But yeah, if you go like that, doesn't it sit beautifully?
It's very simple, and it looks like a swag necklace. You can also twist it. You can also twist it, and then it looks like a twisted rope. Just let me look.
But you know what? I mean, so how old is that? About 1880?
No, this is 1700.
Oh, God, it's much earlier.
Yeah.
But it looks very modern looking. Do you know what I mean?
It looks very modern looking, and if you look, for example, at Tiffany bean necklace,
yeah,
it is almost an exact copy. It's just the look. The look looks different, but the idea and everything is exactly the same.
So
it's just...
Are you? I'm watching you now. Are you twisting it? Because
yes,
that's so cool.
I'm twisting
And I
You
love
see, like here,
the look of, when you twist it, it makes it form in like a tube, doesn't it?
yeah,
Almost.
yeah. Because there are 6 strands, and every strand is like 1 millimeter
Yeah,
thick.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, a beautiful. I mean, and the look on your neck. I mean, I often feel with a lovely piece of authentic, early jewelry like that, you should wear it on its own, and you shouldn't sort of stack it with other things. But people do tend to wear them and stack them. And actually, do you know what? I just sometimes think whatever's your style, it just how you can just work it up, can't you? But yeah, it looks fantastic on you. You've got a lovely slim neck, Nadia. But yeah, that looks so cool. So
yeah, but it's extremely long, so you can always like
yeah.
if you don't wrap it twice, you can just let it go, and then it goes like a little bit below
So
your
if
chest.
anybody wants to buy that, how can they go about buying that from you?
Yeah, guys, just send me a DM, and I'm always super friendly, and I'm always extremely
Right.
flexible with my DMs.
Okay.
So
Well, I definitely, because I mean something like that is so rare, and at the moment I think everybody wants gold, and especially high carat
yeah,
gold. So I think that's and with the backstory of that, I think it's something that you should sell quite quickly, Nadia, because I think at the moment it's it's particularly high carat gold is what everybody wants. So have you got any other personal collection pieces that you can show us?
I do, but because you caught me like this.
Oh, yeah.
I was about to get them, but yeah, they're like now downstairs, so I think it will be a bit awkward if I will step out.
Yeah,
And
no, you can't go and get those.
there is nothing like super excited now in my desk, and just let me
Well,
see.
you've shown us that, so
Oh, maybe. Wait. I have something right behind my back, so.
you can pop out for a second. I'm sure
No,
nobody will mind.
I'm still here. I'm still here. So this one, it's a beautiful jewelry box.
Oh, lovely! What a beautiful piece. I love the
So
colour.
this one, yeah, and it's in a perfect condition. If you move your finger, above the flowers, you could feel the relief.
Yeah,
It's amazing. So there's no damage. It's also, you see, it's like adorned with these little beautiful pearls all over. And the interesting part that this is from 1830s,
yeah.
so time of Napoleon,
Wow.
and so very old French. And it is also science, which is, I personally think, makes it very special. So it's got
Oh,
this
I
beautiful,
love that pale pink interior. The blue with the pale
there's
pink.
some jewelry
Yeah,
inside, it's like whatever box you open in
yeah,
my house, there's some jewelry inside. But anyway, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but here is a
yeah.
sign.
So what does it say? Who's it by?
It is from Tahan.
Yeah,
And it says that the shop is located on Boulevard des Italiens 11. So my French is horrible, but it's like Italian Boulevard
yeah.
11 in Paris. And the interesting part about this manufacturer, that he was making the furniture for Napoleon.
Wow.
So he was, yeah. So he's the one who was making all the cabinets and the furniture for the court of Napoleon.
Wow. And
Yeah.
how did you find that box? I mean, that's obviously your own box.
No, that I will put it for sale.
Oh,
So
just
I'll put it for sale.
tell anything.
It will be for sale. It will
Yeah,
be for sale. And I had it in Parmas. Like a lot of interest from the sellers,
yeah.
because I guess yeah, maybe not many people know it, but from the sellers was a huge hit. But of course, nobody wanted to pay the price.
So how much are you? Do you mind me asking how much do you want for that, Nadia? How much is something like
My
that?
minimum will be 1,500.
Yeah,
It's like my absolute
yeah.
minimum.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, the kudos with that maker, guys. That's it's buying something that's signed like that.
If you go online, you will see that they go for 5K.
Yeah,
So the smaller ones, just brass without any enamel, they go for like 2K, and the more important ones, they go like up to 5-6K. So yeah, but we will see. I have another fair here in Netherlands from 7th to 9th of June. in a beautiful
Oh, well,
castle close to
good
Utrecht.
luck
Yeah.
with that. Because I was going to say to you, that was one of my questions, Nadia. Where do you, so obviously you have your website and you sell on Etsy, but what other international fairs can we find you at? Where else do you go?
Yeah, so I started touring only this year, so
Yeah.
it's my first year going on a tour. So I'm collecting a lot of feedback also from like friends and fellow sellers, because apparently not all fairs are performing equally. Let's put it mildly.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
way of
so
saying it. I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, so I was in Parma this spring, and I will be in Parma again in October.
Oh, well, we can catch up there because I will be there. I always go. So that'd be lovely to see you there.
So much fun, especially when you know, you're there during the weekdays. When the crowds are away, you can actually go
Yes.
and see the other sellers yourself. It's very nice. Then June 7 to 9th, I'm here in the Netherlands, in a beautiful little castle. It's a little fair, only jewelry and watches.
Oh
So
my goodness, I'd love to come to that. That sounds
you
amazing.
should, you
It's
should.
remarkable. When you send the details to that, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I will make an announcement, I think, this weekend or early next week. But guys who are around, maybe Germany and Netherlands, Belgium,
Yeah,
if you need an invitation, just drop me a line. I
yeah.
will send you a free invite, because I think you have to pay for the entrance. Then in the summer, I'm free. I think the first one will be Parma, and then I'm contemplating if I should take part in the Belgian one in Antique Jewellery in autumn.
Oh.
Because I hear some, you know, some people say that you should, some people say that you shouldn't.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
I'm doubting. Then in January, I'm going for sure to Miami. I will be selling in Miami.
That was my next question. I was going to say, do you go to any of the American
Yeah.
shows? And I think Miami is, if you're going to do any, that's the main one
Yeah.
to go to in January. I mean, I used to go there every year, and I haven't been probably to the States for over 10 years, and I'm hoping maybe to go to New York later this year. But it's just, you know, even if you buy, sell, just it'd be so great for me to hook up with some of the sellers and, you know, dealers that I've met through Instagram, because I knew a lot of people there before Instagram, because I've always gone there before this platform even existed. So now the fact I've met a whole new bunch of people through Instagram, it'd be really interesting for me to go there. And I just have to say, everybody is, you know, so friendly and lovely, and you know, it really is, this platform's been amazing, hasn't it, really, for connecting people, you know, and bringing the whole world together, really, you know, and just you know, in so many ways. And if anything, I think it's flourished even since COVID, really. Have you found that?
I see that it's changing.
Yeah.
Though when I was talking to the sellers, which are sorry.
You need a glass of water, Nadia. Do you want to get yourself a glass of water?
It's fine.
You
Because
sure?
I'm now no, because I'm now on the 4th floor, and the glass of water will be on the ground floor, so you'll not see me for a while.
Have some of mine.
Yeah, exactly. Just give it here. They were saying that it was the worst Parma in a decade.
I've heard that, actually, that it wasn't great. Yeah, yeah,
But for me, because it was my first one,
yeah, yeah,
it was okay.
yeah.
It was okay. Yeah. I see that things are picking up online, definitely. I cannot really judge about the fairs because, as you said, I just started. So for me, whatever I see is new, and I don't have anything to compare it to. But yeah, judging on a feedback which people give me, yeah, it's recovering, but rather slow. So we will see how that goes. But I'm super excited about Miami because I got a very nice spot. It's not too far away from the main entrance, and we're there with a bunch of other sellers from Europe. So we'll have a European
that'll be
European presentation.
Yeah, but I think actually that it is really important when you do exhibit at these fairs, because I always, you know, believe in a bit of feng shui, you know, where you're happy with your surroundings and the people that you're with. And if there's a positive, good vibe, it will make it happen for you, you know. So I do feel that is important. So, you know, picking where that you're selling and who you're selling and who you're surrounded by. Well, I'm going to come and see you, so because I am hoping to go there next year. So you know, and it's always a great show, the atmosphere to go to, and you know, then you can, and I love it when you can go and sit by the pool for a few hours in the morning, or you know, go for a run or have breakfast or whatever you want to do. And then I think it normally opens about 10:30, 11. So you know, it's not like in England where you have to be at the fair at like 5 a.m. or something silly. You know, it's much more civilized, and you never know what you're going to find there. It's absolutely huge, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. And I'll tell you what, the Miami nightlife is pretty good too.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So I'm coming along. Probably I will be coming with my goldsmiths. So it's like girls only. My husband and the children will stay at home. We're gonna have fun.
We're going to have to go out.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
There's a fantastic nightclub I've been to a few times, which is on South Beach, called Mangoes. And I've danced till the early hours there, and it's like an amazing atmosphere. They've got different dance floors and different themes going on, and I love, you know, the South American vibe, all that sort of South American music, and you know, it just is, oh, I love it. And they often have dancers on the doing a show, like on the main floor when you go in. I remember there's a main dance floor with on the second floor with a terrace, like sort of looking down over the dance floor. And yeah, so we've gone from antique jewelry talking about nightclubs, but
I think it's all connected. We went out a few nights when I was there in Parma, like with a bunch of guys, and then the next morning, actually guys, like the next day is the best for the customers, because like you don't understand anything you're doing and you're like so tired.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what do you want? Just give me something, just go. It's perfect.
Yeah, no,
it's perfect for buying, you know, like
yeah, I've had days like that where I've been out and just gone crazy and had too much to drink and got up, and I'm like, well, I've had to go back to my hotel room to bed because I've just, you know, just been too wild. But I feel like I'm a bit more sensible now, and I just, you know, I can't do that to my body anymore. But you know, but it is, I do feel a little bit like I have to embrace it when I go there, and I love to dance, I love music. So well, we'll have to go out, Nadia. I absolutely love that. I really would love that. So we've gone to a completely different tangent to what all the things I was going to ask you. But before we round up and finish our chat, I was going to say, what is your favorite period of jewelry, would you say? You know, what do you find that you are, you know, your business, you're specializing in sort of early you know, 19th century pieces of jewelry, or are you just buying what you like? How are you going with that?
I definitely buy what I like always. But what I noticed is that I tend to stay away from retro jewelry. You know, I do have some pieces here and there. I absolutely do love Edwardian, like prior to Art Deco, you know, so delicate and so gentle, all this platinum work, which is just like really out of this world. And I spoke to so many goldsmiths, you know, like really, really good ones. And they all say, you know, like, it's not possible, you know, it's not possible. Like, can you do something like this? No, it's not possible. So this level of craft, like this necklace also, you know, it's like, it's so simple, but it's also so difficult at the same time, you know, and you really, really have to have the skill. And I'm absolutely mesmerized by Georgian jewelry, you know, the earlier one, like
that's
the earlier.
One of my favorite periods. Yeah, definitely.
The earlier, the better. Yeah. So I would say to wear every day, definitely Edwardian, but to collect and have it in your beautiful box and just, you know, open it and drool on it and then close it.
Yeah, well, I think, Nadia, that's as collectors and dealers, for me, that's as you've just said, to drool over it and look at it in the box. I think sometimes I really take a lot of pleasure from opening the box and, you know, looking at things I've collected, not necessarily that I even wear. And they really do bring me, and I think that is what you get from jewelry. You know, if you're having a bad day, or, you know, that they are special treasures, really, that do give us a lot of joy. And you know, whether you actually wear them or you don't wear them and you just collect them and you've just got your little box hidden away and you want to get them out and look at them, you know, and that's what I think jewelry, that's what's so special, isn't it, about jewelry and treasure. And have you got any, I do ask this often to my guests, have you got any like stories, funny stories about how you found something, like how you found a bargain or something, you know, that you went to, you know, like a flea market and found something for €10 that was worth, you know, a few thousand or something? Have you got any stories like that?
I bought
Oh, I love these stories. I love.
not so long ago. Yeah, it was not so long ago. I sold a Renaissance ring, and it was coming from a private individual in the south of France. And he is like a very funny guy. So he buys also from privates, but he doesn't have a pawn shop, but it's like a one-man pawn shop, you know. So
Yeah.
it's not a physical location, but it's just him. And he's not really a great specialist, you know, in jewelry. And he was messaging me like, ah, look, I have this like ring. It's so small and so flimsy. Like, yeah, do you want to have it? You know, it's like $100 and just have it. And I was like, hey, you crazy? You know what that is? No, because, you know, like I never like I try knowingly don't like try to avoid screwing people over, you know, even if I know that, you know, I will give him €100 and he will be happy with it. But I was like, okay, dude, how about I give you 1,500?
Wow. What?
Yeah, and he was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure. Just have it. It's fine. Yeah, and it was a beautiful Renaissance ring. I sold it not so high. Also, I sold it at a very, very, very good price to one of my regular clients, and she's like super happy with it. Then long time, about like 5 years ago, I got beautiful big diamond earrings in the lot of costume jewelry. And it was funny because I never buy costume jewelry. But I saw some earrings, which like some designer earrings from
Yeah.
some time ago, which I was looking for like quite some time. I was like, oh, perfect. And the lot was like totally overpriced, you know, with like plastic. And then it arrives, you know. I was like, yeah, what is that? And there were big clip-ons. But then I was like, ah, these stones look funny. And I tested them, they're diamonds. I was like, oh, lucky me.
Oh my God. That's incredible. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, that feeling when you found, I mean, I haven't had anything like that for years, but I'm, you know, I've had a few where I've found something and it's like been, you almost have to pinch yourself and think, is this really happening to me? Have I really been that lucky? But you know, I think we all deserve, we work really hard in this business and we all deserve, you know, to have a bit of luck. But I also agree with you, Nadia, because if people, you know, we do get a lot of jewelry brought into us at our shop. You know, I do free valuations for people. If they come in, we've had a lady bring some things in today. And I will always be really fair. And if I don't particularly want what they've got, I will put them in touch with someone who I think will be able to help them. And I, you know, would always give someone a fair price and never try and steal it literally from them, because, you know, a lot of these things have been in people's families for years. And also I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
Yeah.
You know,
I know,
so
right?
I
I
think that it's very important, and, you know, to have a good reputation as well, you know, of being fair, which we are. But well,
But
what
I have even more of like funny stories how I
oh,
sold something and I
Tell
didn't
us.
know what I'm selling. So yes, I got lucky a few times, but I also was like very stupid, especially when I was starting, because I didn't have any knowledge, right? So I was just like buying some beautiful things and I was just selling some beautiful things. And I think that also like in the very beginning, in the first few years.
So you probably sold some things far too
Exactly.
cheaply.
But that's exactly what
Yeah,
I'm saying. And
yeah.
uh, I did so many things wrong. And because I started selling on Etsy, for example, sometimes I just, used yeah, some keywords, like in the search, um, like completely wrong. But yeah, anyway. So for example, I sold a beautiful 18th century bracelet, huge, for like some, you know, like some, I don't know, like 300 euros or
Oh
something like this.
my goodness. So does that person still buy from you? They must have been like, oh, this is a bargain.
No, they don't. But it was quite some time ago. I don't have like this all these with me anymore. Then what was that? I sold a ring which I suspect has had a nice sapphire, natural sapphire, beautiful color, because I checked that it was natural sapphire. But now I'm starting to learn gemology and like getting more and more into important stones. But back then, I see that it's a sapphire. If it's like very beautiful and very clean, most likely, it's a synthetic. Yeah, yeah. But I do suspect that I sold a few very nice stones for like super, super duper cheap. Yeah, my
That is how you learn. That's how you get the knowledge. I mean, you can go and sit your gemology
yeah.
exams and do all of that, but to earn, to earn your living and to really get your knowledge, I think often it's the in your purse that you soon, if you've lost money, you soon remember and you soon learn. It's sort of a hard knocks way, but that is the dealer's way of really learning. And also, I personally, when sometimes people call me an expert, and I'm like, don't call me that, because I'm learning all the time and I never really feel, I know quite a few people well that might refer to as experts, and they don't consider themselves experts. So I think people use that word too easily, and I think it's the hard graft and actually sometimes the hard mistakes that really hurt, financially. You soon remember them, Nadia, and you think, I'm not going to do that again. uh, you
well,
know,
it's not like you make a direct loss, but if you think about your unrealized PNL, like ooh, it really gives you rest. But again, I think it's this is what you pay for the lack of knowledge. It's the same on the stock market. It's
yeah,
the same it's the same in the real life. It's the same when you buy an apartment. It's the same with everything. So the more you know, the better like educated,
yeah,
move you can make. If you didn't learn enough, yeah, it's coming for you.
yeah.
Sooner or later you
But
will sell a big nice sapphire for 200 bucks and
but
make someone happy.
I do still. I mean, I've got loads of jewelry books, and I love my books. And I've bought quite a few secondhand first editions. We've got lots of shop, on different sign pieces and different manufacturers, and of lots of different examples. But you can look at as many books as you want, but it's the feeling, the handling of the jewels, and getting your loop and looking and examining, looking into the glass. That is what for me, I need to feel it. And looking in books is one thing, and I love books. I love the smell of them. And just sometimes if I'm here at the shop and I've got 10-15 minutes to kill, I'll just flick through a jewelry book. To me, that's just heaven. But I think it's actually handling the goods is what it's all about for me. And that's really how I've learned. Do you know what I actually love? You said you don't buy costume jewelry, but the lady that bought the jewelry in this morning, she bought a big box in, and there's a lot to go through. And I actually quite enjoy going through that, because often amongst the costume jewelry, that's when you can find something really good. And it's a shame because it's obviously been discarded
Yeah.
obviously was of value at some point, and then someone's just go, oh, I'll chuck, you know, maybe someone's died and, you know, it's gone down to and left to someone and they didn't realize what it was. So yeah, jewelry all carries stories. It's incredible. I was going to say, so you've told me you're going to go to Miami and I'm going to see you at Palma, but I'm going to round it down now because I think we've been chatting for over. I knew I would stop chatting to you. Do you have a favorite movie? I always sort of ask a few little questions about to steer off of jewelry towards the end.
Yeah, you know, like we don't really have time for Netflix.
No. Do you have
but
a favorite
what I
answer?
can say, like from like the latest things I saw, I thought that Duna was pretty good. The Dune.
You do, yeah.
Um, I thought Netflix shows. I really liked Altered
Do you like?
Carbon.
Do you watch Bridgerton? Do you ever watch that?
I watched first season,
Yeah,
and then I had a mixed feeling.
yeah.
It's like, you know,
I didn't really enjoy the first season. Everybody like, but I've started to watch the latest one. Oh my god, it's very raunchy.
yeah.
Very well from what I've watched. I know, so I will carry on. I will carry on with it. But yeah, no, it's yeah, very raunchy. You'll have to watch it. But yeah,
Because
it's
I see that my Instagram is now exploding with all these reels of Bridgerton, and that the last 15 minutes of the season there's something happening and everybody's going crazy.
oh
And
wow.
like, oh, I have to watch it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is just for the costumes and you know, the settings of the movie, or you know,
Because
the drama.
the first season, I was watching it and I was like, I was looking at the dresses. I was like, how much you spent for that? Why do you put the most horrible glass? You know, like it's not even matching. Like, and I was like,
No,
oh no, you know, the jewelry was so wrong. And in the first
it's
season, I
not
was so
good.
sad.
But
Hmm?
it's a lot of the jewelry isn't particularly good jewelry that they use. It's just costume. But you know, maybe I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to the jewelry because the latest one I watched, it was so raunchy. The Duke of Hastings was sort of, they just got married and it shows all these love scenes.
Ooh.
So sort of carry on watching it. But no, it's yeah. I want to get back to it. Hello. There's a few of my friends have just joined now from New York. I think everybody's probably just waking up there, and we're just about to round up. Do you have a sort of life's mantra, Nadia, that you know that you are sort of something that you would say to yourself every day?
Not something that I would say to myself every day, but it's just like the way I operate. And everybody's laughing at me, especially the people who just met me. But one of my classmates here in the Netherlands, when I started studying, he was from Greece. And he was so pissed off with me, you know, like every time I started talking, I was like, yeah, and I will do this and I will do that. And he's like, Naya, you want it all and you want it now and it's not possible, you know? And I was like, yeah, just watch me. So I'm always I'm always everywhere at the same time and doing everything at the same time and going in multiple directions at the same time. It has its own consequences, but it's never a dull moment, and sometimes
People
it
like,
makes me a bit stressed, but
you're spontaneous and you never miss an opportunity.
I
Am
never
I?
miss an opportunity for sure. Am I
Yeah.
spontaneous? I don't know, but I'm for sure like I'm greedy for um, emotions, you know. So I'm adrenaline junkie for sure, and maybe a few other hormones as well.
I love it. I love that. Well, I feel, you know, anybody that's in the business of antique jewelry, whether you're a dealer or you're a collector, I think we're all quite oddballs, you know, and I don't think, you know, we're quite eccentric people. And, you know, everyone that I've ever met, you know, in Europe, in America and in the UK, you know, we're almost misfits, life's misfits, but that's good. I don't want to be normal. I want to be a misfit.
Exactly.
But it's been lovely chatting to you.
Thank
Do
you.
you have any hobbies hobbies or interests, you know, apart, I mean, obviously antique jewelry does take up a lot of time, doesn't it? But do you have anything else? Do you have any animals or anything?
I do have two
Oh,
cats, but my hobby is because I
yeah,
retired. So I was always planning to retire when I was 35 from
yeah,
corporate, but it took me 3 years longer, so I retired at 38. I have a beautiful garden,
yeah.
and I'm gardening, so I have a lot of roses, and they're like orange and pink and yellow with pink dots, and pink with yellow dots, and white. So
So you think gardening goes well with jewelry, doesn't it? It's
it
a whole, it's
does, yeah. It's
good.
like beautiful
Yeah,
things, you know, like I'm really trying to surround
yeah,
myself with like a lot of beautiful things, because early in my life, you know, that was a lot of stuff in a cubicle, and it's like extremely
yeah.
gray, and
Hard.
you're always
Bang.
like stressed and
Yeah,
agitated.
yeah.
So now I'm 180 degrees, I'm all flowers and crazy glasses, you know, and I threw away all my black clothes and the gray clothes, all my suits, all my heels. It's like
Free. I
everything,
feel like
everything out.
you're free
I'm
now,
free.
you know?
Yeah, I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm like a crazy granny, you know, in a crazy glasses with a big garden with the cats and kids and the jewels,
Oh,
and like
fantastic.
this is it.
I love this story. So it just shows you, I mean, you worked hard in your earlier life, Nadia, but now, you know, you're doing what you want to do and you love. And I think also from your gardening, if you're passionate about gardening, I feel that sometimes when you do these things and you step out of your work life, it gives you inspiration, you know, to go in other directions and do other things. So, do you know,
And
it's
what
been,
is your hobby?
pardon?
What is your hobby?
What is my hobby? Well, I used to, for many, many years, had horses, and that
Oh,
took
wow.
my life. And you know, since I was about 5 years old, I've always ridden. And then I think when I was 12 or 14, I had my own horse, and I've always had a horse all my life. But this year has been quite a hard year for me because my horse died in January the 18th. So I remember the day. And it wasn't very nice circumstances, and I broke my arm trying to sort of save her. And I think you might have
Yeah.
seen me earlier on this year with the plaster cast. And then 2 or 3 weeks after I lost my horse, I lost my dog, my old dog. So I feel like this year has been quite tough for me. And I slowed off the lives a bit because when I broke my arm, it was my left wrist. So, and I'm left-handed. So that was really tough for me. You know, God, you don't realize when you can't use your dominant hand, so many things. I mean, I couldn't write my name, so I couldn't, you know, do a lot of things. And even, don't laugh, using the phone for Instagram and
Yeah.
typing, I was stuffed, but I adapted. You know, at first I was struggling a bit because you know I live with a husband and sons that are quite lazy, so you know housework is hard, and so it was even harder then. But anyway, you know, life throws curveballs, and sometimes things are difficult. But you know, I just have to get over. And my horse, just to add, was 32. Her name was Jubilee.
That's a lot,
And
right?
oh,
For the horse, it's
she
quite a lot.
good age, but she didn't look the age she was. You know, I did look after her very well, and she had a very good life, and she was an amazing horse. But I'd had her since she was 4. I got her from Ireland. So yeah, it's been a difficult year, and so that was my hobby. I mean, at the moment now he's lying next to me. We've got a husky, so I walk him a lot, and he is quite he is a hobby in himself. He's very demanding, but we love him. But you know, one day I may get back to. I need to get out and go riding because to me, from the what you get from gardening, I think I would get from going out and riding my horse. You know, just being at one with nature, sitting on your horse, just quiet and listening to you know the birds and the bees and the sounds of the countryside is what I think I do to just unwind, because I think we all need unwinding time, don't we? We need that tranquil space where we can just think and be quiet. You know, I think that's what it is. Just to be quiet and calm. So walking my dog, I think at the moment is what I do. But I do think it's really important that everybody has a hobby and something else, you know, a good work-life balance, don't you?
Exactly. But I have learned it in a hard way, sadly. So I wish I knew it before, but you know.
You've learned it the hard way. Yes, yeah, it sounds like. But how old are you, Nadia? Because you talk about like, oh, I've retired. You're young.
I'm 40. I just turned 40 two
Yeah,
weeks ago.
you are. Honestly, you say you retired at 38. I mean, 40, and to get into this business, you're so young. I mean, that's you know, you've still got your, you know, life's work ahead of you, and you know, you sound a really sharp cookie as well. So you're gonna learn and pick things up quickly. I mean, I found for me, I've been in this business since I was like 19, 20, and sort of worked my way up. And I can remember there was a few times where I nearly gave up, where I just had, you know, thought, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm buying the wrong thing. I'm this, I'm that. But, you know, I had something happen and it sort of was a light bulb moment. And I thought, no, you do know what you're doing. You need to stick at this. So I did. And here I still am with Friar House. But oh, do you know, Nadia, I feel like I've got to know you a lot better. I hope everyone's enjoyed our live, and
Thank you so
well,
much.
I hope to see you at Palmer, and we'll go out. We'll have a drink. We'll go out because Palmer's a great place
Are
to
you
go out.
staying for a bit longer this time or leaving
No,
after a few days?
no, I only usually stay for a few days, but we'll see. I'll touch base with you. But even if I come out to the Netherlands, you know, my friend Lisa is based
Yeah.
in, I think, quite close to you. So if I come and see Lisa, I'll definitely come and see
We
you. But I'm good.
are like 10 minutes driving from each other.
Yeah, so definitely I will let you know. But I'm sure, because I love to travel, and I love to, you know, hook up with other friends. So, you know, I'll definitely be in touch with you. I'm going to take you off now and then say goodbye to everyone, and thank you
Thank
for
you
joining.
so much.
Thank you, Nadia. Have a lovely
You
Friday.
too. Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah, and lovely to chat to you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, she was so gorgeous. Sorry about the start, guys. She looked on Google, and when she put 3 o'clock UK time, where she was in the Netherlands, it was saying 5 o'clock her time. So I don't know what Google did there, but anyway, we got there in the end, and we managed to do our live. And I hope you really enjoyed chatting to Nadia as much as I did. I think it's really lovely just to get to know dealers and sellers on Instagram who are happy to show their face and talk about how they got into selling antique jewelry or collecting antique jewelry. I've got a few people lined up who I really think you're going to enjoy next week. I'm not going to say who they are at the moment, but I think you're going to want to be tuned next Friday because he's going to be really entertaining. Yeah, so I'm working on that, and I will reveal more next week. So you all have a fantastic Friday. I'm going to sign off now and say goodbye. Whoever wants to buy my beautiful charm bracelet, she's still here. See ya.